Luckily for us, Amelie isn't really too aggressive. She's just kind of like hanging out.
It was at this moment that he knew.
She's not too aggressive, she's just hanging out.
Yeah, alright, everybody, we are here today taking a look at a little banger I've been following for a bit now. This right here is Rusted Moss. Now this one has got everything that your boy is a big fan of. Pixel art, checked. Metroidvania, check. Post-apocalyptic world, or at least, nearing the end of mankind, check. Absurd story, check. You see here, there's kind of like a robotic overtaking the world, which isn't really too, unheard of. You hear that premise fairly often in these type of games. But there's also an element of magic because there's also witches involved. Anime girl witches.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Hey, wake up.
Oh, my head.
Hey, they'll be looking for you soon. We gotta keep moving.
Alright.
The seer is living on the mountain up ahead. We should try bringing her any of the titanious pieces we find. Alright, so, first and foremost, I gave you guys the introduction on this. Made it sound absurd, which it, kind of is, but in a good way. But don't get it twisted. I've already played a few... I know I played the demo last Steam Fest. I think I might have played one beforehand, but the mechanics of this game is what actually drew me to it. The look of it first and foremost, because, I'm a sucker for this type of stuff. It kind of reminds me a lot of Momodora, if you guys are familiar with that game series, which I've covered on the channel here a few times in the past. But the art style is fairly similar to that for a fact. But that charming art style, along with the fact that, as I've mentioned, once we get into it here, especially once we get the entire bungee cord mechanic, which we don't start off with, we pick it up later if I'm correct. Once we get all that happening, you'll notice how fluid the mechanics and the controls in this game are. Destroying these machines lets you absorb their mana, press E to use, So we could also heal on the fly by killing enemies, get some MP filled up. We could also get some restoration on the fly, which is very important because this game is also going to be fairly difficult when it comes to boss fights. They're a little bit more on the, I would say, maybe bullet hell type of style of enemies in boss fights, so if you're not really too familiar, or at least not too great when it comes to bullet hells, you might struggle a little bit on that one. But things such as being able to heal on the fly like that based on the damage you do will kind of simplify things for you. So there is that. Let's see. For now, let's go onwards to here. Ooh. Got myself my first HP upgrade. And let's see. Continue going up there, but there's no double jump at the moment for us. Normally you see this green stuff up here, this mossy, rusted mossy, I guess so. This mossy stuff up here, we should be able to cling to it had we had our little bungee mechanic, which we don't have just yet. And then those dudes down over there, those T-blocks, apparently give you some really nice little boosts when it comes to these jumps too, otherwise you would not be able to make. You could also charge up your attack to kind of unleash, like that.
Ellie the Deserter. Hey, how's it going? I've been camping in this area for a while. Sometimes I think life is more peaceful this way. The scientists down by the lab are fighting a futile battle. I think I heard an explosion coming from there.
Did you know? Let's drop our save here. There's also apparently trinkets, but I'm pretty sure we don't have those just yet, but there's gonna be quite a few. Okay, let's see. So we got 3 ways to go here, right? Let's check out down first. She mentioned down... Oh. I guess, this Eli the Deserter lied to us. Although it does seem that's going to be like some sort of teleportation mechanic the game hasn't introduced to us just yet. And right, so no goes, so I guess from 3 we have eliminated 2, so up it is. Don't feel like that's a good place you want to jump down to, considering there's skulls coming into that bottomless abyss. So up we shall go. We have the bungee mechanic, we should be able to make that swing. Speaking of which though, everything I'm seeing right now has it's a 1-1 representation of what I saw in the demo. So we actually are going to get the bungee mechanic fairly soon, as a matter of fact. I think we get it, yes, down here. First boss fight.
Maya, you blew up the lab. I swear I didn't know they were still in there. How could you do this? We grew up in the coalition, they were our friends. They were your friends, Maya. We've never been on the same side. You can't believe that. You're still Fern, aren't you? burn? All those here are standing up for you. I should have trusted my gut when I saw you talking to your own shadow.
Hey, don't call me a shadow.
I guess it doesn't really matter. My pet's gonna shred you now.
So, putting a little doubt into the player now, whether, maybe you're playing the role of the anti-hero or the bad guy for all you know. You know what you've destroyed and who was in there. Guess we'll find out. This here will be our first boss fight. Whoop! We don't have a dash, do we? No. If we had a dash, we could have probably avoided that attack there. Quickly just drop this heal. Now, all things considering, this is going to be a very simple boss fight, honestly. The only thing we really got to worry about, as I've mentioned, going forward is going to be like more of the bullet hell ones, but this is kind of like more of a small little introduction. Not to mention, wait for us to get our little bungee ability. And that should do it. And these, I believe, are the fairies, which are the part of the reason why there's a magical element to the story, if I'm correct.
Where did you come from?
I think she was in a human's machine.
Yes, sirree. And it sucked. There's like no space to move, super smelly. I could use a stretch.
I mean, she's right about the smell.
You freed me from the machine, so how about a good old-fashioned blessing?
Oh, that's a powerful spell.
I bless Puck so he can swing you around.
Just right-click so I can help anchor you to the fairy moss around here. You'll be swinging around in no time.
I think I prefer to fly, but let's try this out. I just need to yeah, okay.
You don't have to tell me, like, address the controllers in the text, okay? So, let's see here. We can do things like that to grapple on. This is very simplistic. It's going to get very physics-based soon. But, let's see. We might as well drop a save. There is no dash, right? No. Might get an ability for it later. Because shift just brings up our weapon wheel. Here we can do our thing because there's no moss to actually latch onto. So yeah, right's not the place to go, left it shall be. So what we're looking to do here is jump across over through that. So if we do something like this and let it go at the right time, works out splendidly. The rope is elastic, you don't have to just stand on the ground when throwing your hook. Run and jump before you, to build up momentum. So as I mentioned, very physics-based, very momentum-based, everything you shall be doing here. Some of them will take multiple attempts too, mind you. I remember stinking up the joint when I played the demo of this initially. But I'm using the... You could switch the controls up on the U-Link. I was using the default before, and I felt I'm better when I do hold right-click to latch on and keep latching on, release right-click to let go, and it just feels a bit more natural that way, and it also kind of gets you more of an understanding of the physics that you're kind of doing right now. So let's see. Of course, I say it, I'm going to instantly fail this, but let's see. Self-fulfilling prophecy. See, that was on me because I missed it altogether. At least hit the Moss Falcon. There it is. So letting go with right click when you want to let go in the game does wonders. So if you're struggling early on, switch over to the different grappling hook mechanics they have and it might be better for you. The rope's like a bungee cord. If you fall before throwing your hook, it will bounce you up. Yeah. So again, everything's momentum based. So there's like spikes down there and I waited too long, obviously I would plunge into the spikes and kill myself. Like that, yeah. Like that, but that was actually just an abyss. So it's fine. Oof. Oof, 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 that was a close one. I was like, can we link two of them together without failing in between? Okay. I was due for an easier one right there. So here's the spike one that I mentioned earlier. So now, don't necessarily want to jump too far down because the momentum would, drive me right into the spikes no matter what. What do you got to say? It's elastic, you will fall a little before, yeah. So let's try this again. How about we just mix it all together? Yeah, that'll work too. So here, we again want to do something. Yeah, it's not going to work actually, hold up. What are we doing here, Falcon? Oh, just barely. Just barely. You can only throw your hook again when your feet have touched the ground, yeah. So, you can't also, in case you're wondering, double hook. it's basically whenever you touch the ground, it'll reset when you can, hook again. So, for instance, I couldn't be like, let me jump right now and hook, release, and hook again. There has to be basically a moment for stoppage. Which means, come through here. Oh, that was on me. They gave me a very nice little recheck. I wouldn't have mind doing it over here because I like to. As a matter of fact, I want to punish myself and do it the right way. Can you please spawn me? Please spawn me over there. Can you edit this out? Future Falcon, just edit it out. Nobody's got to see that. Okay, there it is. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and edit it out, dog. Nobody will see it. You just pretend like I did it in one try.
No, I don't think I will.
And now we've introduced that mechanic, we have to, I imagine, shoot all these boys. Now I'm starting to not remember much. I'm not sure if this is part of the demo now. I do remember the boss fight. Not sure if I remember too much beyond that though. How's this one gonna work? Weapon only has so much range. Okay, that worked. Now, guess if we go up, technically we don't need that. We can just jump over that easily. Okay. That one worried me because I felt that if we jump with too much momentum, we'd just easily hit those spikes. However, we're still stuck here, so not the way to go for now. Oh no. I actually completely whiffed on hitting right click when I wanted to. I didn't want to come down here. I actually wanted to check out the upper portion, but you know, it worked, so let's just pretend that was my idea the entire time. Let's see here. Once again, don't give ourselves too much momentum, otherwise we eat them spikes. Did I open it up? Oh, I did. No, this was in the demo. I remember that little trinket up there. So, that should be our first equipable. Obviously down there is that. This one's a bit intriguing, in that I believe we actually have to go here and then back to get that trinket. Trinket found, time manipulator. So that I'm not really sure what that is. Silver enemy bullets. Oh, okay. So again, it should make things easier if you're not really too comfortable with bullet hell type of bosses. So that's going to be 6 of 10. So all these will have a certain value that, you could only equip so many trinkets, I suppose. Maybe there's a way to increase your overall equipment burden when it comes to that, but right now it's going to be 6 or 10 capped at the moment. So now we could not shoot, but use your hook, dog. Up we go. Okay. We could actually go through here. And I think this leads to the deserter, yeah. Everything you need to say?
I read a Fey prophecy once that said the age of men would end with rust. Maybe it's best to let it be.
You know about the rusted moss that we have over here?
And one thing I do remember as well from the demo, which I haven't mentioned just yet, I don't think there's any touch damage in this game.
So if I touch an enemy, unless it's actively shooting or something or charging at me, it won't actually hurt me, which is great. I hate touch damage so much in games, especially Metroidvanias. Okay, so far so good. Want to avoid that pit. But you see how we just walked through Homeboy and he didn't actually hurt me? So yeah, no touch damage, love that. Thank you. That should be like an industry standard by now, Touch damage, screw that, come on. For real. Now this here, I don't recall. Oh yeah, well, you know what? We just saved, we might as well find out what it does now, right? Can't imagine anything good, yeah, it hurts you. Big surprise. So, let's, okay. This place is infested with Eager.
They were infecting Faye with this back at the lab, the ones they could catch anyway.
I know, until you saved me. I was their favorite test subject. What even is this stuff?
A substance found in Fae blood. When refined, it becomes a potent power source.
There's nothing refined about this. It's barbaric.
It's very toxic, though. I can only handle staying in it for short moments, yeah.
As we found out the hard way. Okay, so yeah, if I hang out too long, it'll hurt.
So we want to make sure that we avoid that from now on.
Oh. And sometimes the Eaker will just randomly move around the stages as well. So here we're going to have to go through it at least a couple of times because we can't, hook more than one, so we have to eventually hit the ground. Ah. Ooh, close. Almost took damage, but we're good. All right, let's let that reset. And now all we got to do is get across, huh? No problem. I'm your boss. Well, not a boss, but a little gauntlet of enemies, huh? As long as we stay swinging, we should be fine. Had I known this was about to go down, we surely would have made this bungee cord a little bit shorter. But so be it. Now, what do we got? I guess we might as well check. I mean, we have no choice but to go down, right? Because we can't do much. Yeah, we gotta go down no matter what. Let's go down and, finish up a little circling map. Oh, another girl. Okay, wait a minute. Another boss fight? Great Witch Amelie. Maya warned us you were coming, Fern. All those years pretending to be one of us? You're making me sick. Maya tried to convince us you were human right up until the moment you blew up the lab. You should have seen her face. We're here for Titania's pieces. Which? I think not. With Titania's pieces, we can keep the Fae locked away in elf fame forever. The age of man shall continue. Not if I can help it, or we can help it. Oh, she's got her own pucks. Okay. I don't remember the 4th of November. I don't remember this is part of the demo. Ah, come on, Falcon. Don't take damage from the toxic substance. Don't like that. Oh no. So now it's gonna be rising, is it? So basically that gauntlet we did earlier is kind of like a way to prepare us for this, because more than likely we're gonna have to swing at some point and stay above once this becomes too much. Looking pretty good here. Luckily for us, Amelie isn't really too aggressive. She's just kind of like hanging out. Oh, here it comes, right? Yeah. She's not too aggressive. She's just hanging out. At least now we can actually stand on the bottom. Up, up, up. Oh, that's right. No touch damage. Oh, it's so good. Okay, chill, chill. Wait, what? You dare turn the rules against me? I think I actually might have just got hit by the AoE of that spell. Oh. Okay, I thought she was going to do another phase. Yeah, I don't remember this from the demo. I'm not sure if this was part of that. I lost? Even Titania's power was not enough. I have failed. All we wanted was just a little more time. Isn't that always the case, though? We just want a little bit more time in the world. Found a piece of Titania. You have not perished, though, have you? The Fae steal our children and we stole the world. The Fae steal our children and we stole the world. And I'm curious, factory roof, as to why there's only, girls so far. Thought humans had no magic. Now they have witches. The world is changing, magic is trying to return, and even humans can use it now. That witch was even using a piece of Titania to strain her own magic. We should continue on to the seer. She'll know what to do. Speaking of which, was that a piece of Titania? I imagine we'll probably have to build her and we'll probably have to fight her or something like that. But I was wondering if that gave us... No. Whether a new spell or weapon or anything like that. Let's go down here first. Living quarters. Feels comfy. What is this? With the beloved child's gift, we Fae returned to our world to bide our time until the age of man ends in rust. Well, at least for now, can't do much through there. Well, let's see. Not sure how we're doing with time here. But we'll probably start wrapping up here pretty soon after we talk to that individual right there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it thus far. This has been Rusted Moss, as I've already covered. All the information down below in case you want to check it out for yourselves. Full game. No early access here, and if you've seen thus far, absolutely gorgeous. Especially if you're a sucker for the stuff such as myself. Shopkeeper.
Hey, welcome to my store. I sell all sorts of magics for the Wandering Fae. Are you visiting to see her? She lives just up at the mountain from here. If you bump into her, please say hi. From her brother.
Oh. Okay, so they are dudes after all. Giant chambers, fully charged bullets do 30% extra damage. I like the sound of that. And magnets, money attracts towards you. You know, it could have its use on occasion. In spice gunpowder, longer bullet, yes! Range would definitely help us out a bit more, I would say, over this, right? Albeit, you know, you kind of have to hang back a bit. It basically encourages you to play less aggressive. But still, might be useful for situations. I might pick that up, but we need 13 more. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This has been Rusted Moss. I'll catch you next time.